Welcome back to the Korean Starleague Weekly. We're currently here in Game 2 of a best of 3. It's Week 8 in the Korean Weekly. In the top left, we have him dripping in that blue. You know him. You love him. If you've played versus people who study after him, maybe you hate him. He's Maru. And he's doing that thing. He's doing that thing. He's going to try to break this man's heart. A man after my own heart. You could say it's that white whale that I created for no reason so that I could have something to chase after. In the red, he's Gumiho. And unfortunately, he's not going for a gas first build, which typically you want. Now, because he's going barracks gas, he can still have the Reaper at the same time or similar time to Maru, but that second Reaper comes in very quickly. So this map in particular, Grezvon, you've got a decent space to cover. You can't just block that easily, and Gumiho is not even trying. So I don't know. These builds, man, this is like absolutely my least favorite thing to play against, bar none. He's gonna proxy Reaper him. Katie, now this is, Maru normally does this, so we shouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, no.
What's with the green volcano boys right there? What is that?
That's a Vespine geyser.
Huh?
You get gas from it.
Okay.
You have to spend minerals to build like a wrapper off of it, and then you can eat it.
So think of like the movie Moana. How does that work with that?
I don't know.
Have you seen Moana?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
then you don't know about volcanoes, or
I'm very aware of volcanoes.
gas to bubble your drinks. All right.
You've never seen the Pierce Brosnan movie where a volcano erupts and he has to save everybody from the ski lodge?
I gotta be honest, if Pierce Brosnan's on the screen, I'm not paying attention to the plot. Okay. That's named after the Cheesecake Factory. Oh.
What?
Baby, if you only know.
I love TvT. I love Reapers. Oh boy.
Look at those guys go, and they're certainly moving. I'm just okay. So what is the matchup here?
It's TvT. So basically, Maru proxy Reapered, but he didn't do like 3 racks. So it is defensible, but Maru's basically hoping to do like a crippling amount of damage so that Gumiho just falls behind. But Maru kind of waited to go in, and he built his barracks a little further back. So somehow it doesn't feel like he's gotten into a potential insta-loss situation like I would have been if I were in his shoes. He actually catches this Reaper reinforcing, which is a huge dub. So here's the tricky part. These guys can go up the cliff. So that's what they do with their jetpacks.
They're running up that hill, I get you.
That's right. But this guy, the Zoom race car, he cannot go up or down that hill.
Lightning McQueen is limited, I understand.
Yes, he's got regulation tires. He can only go on regulation tracks.
Ka-chow.
So he's trying to be patient about if he moves too far out and the Reapers jump into his base, then he has to go all the way around to defend.
Oh, that's just such a tedious task.
So he's in a position where he's just kind of trying to protect this spot, but also the front of his base, just in case the Reapers come back.
Roger.
He's still making more of them, but we can see here, Gumiho knows. He has seen this, so he knows they should be coming from the south side, and that's why he's down there, because he
gotta watch out for that south side.
He just doesn't think anything's gonna hit from the north, and
no,
because Caleris isn't here, it won't.
Well, the north, we've learned enough from Game of Thrones to know that that's a dangerous breakage, right?
Yeah, nobody really wants to. That's why neither of them are there.
Right, they can't stand the wall.
So he tries to come up the ramp, and interestingly enough, Gumiho decides to go down it, sensing weakness, sensing blood in the water, an opportunity to dive on this. I actually have the scoreboard wrong, by the way. Maru is leading this series, as you guys can tell. Very professional caster here. And I think Gumiho has defended this. He comes up, he gets another one of the Reapers. There is a Hellion for Maru. He's reinforced from his main, and okay, kind of turns the tides. That Hellion reinforcement's a bit annoying. But his expansion is only just about to finish. Meanwhile, Gumiho a little bit past halfway towards getting his orbital command.
Right.
And, Katie, the orbital command is it's a crucial structure.
What is this chainsaw boy?
That is the bane of existence if you don't play Terran. This thing inspires more hatred in Zerg and Protoss players. Like you wouldn't need to wave a red towel in front of a Protoss to get them to charge you. You could just show them a picture of this thing.
Okay, but like how does that go up against the margarita-fueled the scorpion guy.
This is stronger than anything in StarCraft.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. It is. He floated his proxy barracks. He's just getting vision, you know? It's like an overlord, except instead of filled with blood, it's I don't know. I don't know what's in a barracks. We don't really know.
It looks like a Casco.
It's just flying. Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, there you go. The flying.
Oh no, the savings are gone. Oh no. Rest in peace for the Kirkland members.
Wow, so many $9.95 pizzas. They're just gone forever.
No more chicken bakes.
Lewis is getting upset again. So this drop gets inside the base, kills about 7 SCVs. Not too shabby. Maru is ahead in workers, but not by a tremendous amount. He is going to get a few more on the way out. 29 to 36. It's not unmanageable, but the thing is, Maru's got 3 command centers. Gumiho only has 2. And the reason why you want to have more command centers is because that gives you more of the chainsaw boys, Kate. And again, like we said, these guys are literally the strongest unit in StarCraft. So it's very, very important that you maintain those. Maru goes for a scan. He wants to know if he's being counterattacked. I don't know that he's aware that he is, but he is. So he sends the Liberator out. It will not be at home to defend. He doesn't really have anything to defend against this now that we look at it, right? He's got 2 tanks and 10 Marines. Maru just finished his tank. Okay, so maybe he can hold on here. Gumiho scanning for some vision. He cannot quite poke that tank. He can poke the command center.
Okay, but Maru is definitely winning because he's going in a circle with that little flyboy.
Well, we'll see. Gumiho gets the interference matrix on the tank. A second one did appear for Maru. He's bringing his workers off the mineral line. Gumiho getting a nice siege up, but does get pushed back. So 17 SCVs die. He basically gives up a whole base of workers to defend this push. At the same time, the Liberator did show up, and this guy basically just picks it's just no. That whole, you see the circle, everything in there, it's just no. If you go in there, this guy will blow you up instantly.
I want to make a reference here, but I don't think it's going to work.
What do you got?
Well, okay, but it's Rick and Morty, so we can't do it anymore.
No, probably not.
Okay. Anyway, so we're just talking about these flying guys, huh? Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to try and get another drop in.
Ooh, look at those pretty trees.
Yeah, we got colors. Oh, dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
So this drop hits inside the main base. The Reapers and Hellions getting a lot of mileage for Maru. And I love the interference matrix on the medevac. It's interesting to point out, too, Maru seeing double eBay. Obviously, he's been in this base and done a couple of harass tactics, but it's very clear that Gumiho is not going mech. When we talk about these two players, Maru, typically not a player that ever goes mech. He will occasionally, but like maybe 20%, I'd say, at most. Gumiho is maybe like 40% mech at most, maybe sometimes 50%. He mixes it up a lot more than his reputation suggests, but he plays a pretty decent amount of bio recently from a lot of the games that we've been watching him play. Gonna catch that Liberator on the bottom side too. Wow, actually great grab there by Gumi. As the 1-1 is on the way for both players, so we kind of head towards a more traditional bio versus bio marine tank TvT, which for the most part, at some point, if you have enough Marines to be able to overwhelm the other guy, you'll see those big pushes and move outs. But once each player has enough tanks, the number of Marines you have pretty much doesn't matter. So the game slows down very quickly.
Wait, go back.
Here?
Wait, so those people, are they real? Like, look at the size compared to the spaceship, right?
Yeah.
So are they really that big?
This would be like the equivalent of power armor.
Oh, yeah. Like Avatar stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean, do you play Fallout?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe like twice the size of a Fallout power armor suit.
Okay, I'm just like the size ratio to the spaceship. I'm just like,
and 8 of these can fit in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, you'd have to assume that at least this ship, since it's a drop ship, right, would be mostly empty space, even though it does not appear to be physically that large anyway.
I don't know about that.
There's a mod that makes the units the actual cannon size, and the game becomes unreadable very quickly.
Gotcha. I was just concerned. I'm like, how are they squishing?
Yeah, technically speaking, the mothership would be about the size of the map. You actually wouldn't be able to see anything if there was a mothership in the game because it would blot out the whole screen.
So comparative to this, it would just like be a really, really, really big Cho'Gath from League of Legends.
Yeah, it'd be like it'd be like 100 stack Cho'Gath.
All right.
Yeah, big boy. Yeah, there is a mod, but yeah, units get big.
Big juicy.
Because somebody's like, well, how do 10 guys with guns shoot down a battlecruiser? Which is a flying ship with like even the smallest ones have like 3,000 people living on them.
There's 3,000 people living on them?
Yeah, the battlecruisers are literally flying cities.
What?
And that's just the smallest ones. The ones you have in multiplayer are the small ones.
So you're saying you're a monster? Because that's what you mostly use.
What? I'm not like min-maxing the number of casualties in my games, Kate.
Oh my God.
I don't build battlecruisers because there's 3,000 people in them.
The Netflix documentary about Nathan is going to be just intense. I'm just going to let y'all know now.
That's like,
Making a murderer, Nathaniel Fabricant.
this guy's here, he's talking about how his favorite Saw movies for 2 hours, and then he says he doesn't build battlecruisers because they have 3,000 people that get blown up with the ship.
Who have I been engaged to? Who is this guy?
I love StarCraft. What a great game. So amazing. They're pretty even on upgrades. Maru's 2-2 is done. So this is what I was saying, by the way. The game kind of slows down. It becomes more about area control. If you can jump the other guy, that's great. But see, these vents, they're like the bush in League. You can't see through them. So they're kind of like little vision blocker guys. So you can just hide right on the other side and just gank somebody, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's waiting.
He scanned. He sees. He knows. He's like, oh, you're chilling. You're waiting for me, bro. Because he has the tanks. But head to head, maybe he feels comfortable fighting. But he's going to hit him with the Dorito cannon, which covers him with cheese dust that reduces his armor.
Is that the Juanito guy?
I believe Juanito actually does get a royalty every time someone uses it, yes.
Okay, I follow along with the chat, and it's like, build this Dorito to help Juanito.
Yeah. Yeah. Juan's awesome, too. Love that guy.
He's very nice. I've met him once. He, it was that same tournament in Canada.
Yeah, we met him in Massa at the airport, right?
I love Massa. Massa's so great. But no, he was just like, I don't like my chair. And then he just started talking to random vendors. This is in 2019 to try to trade his chair to compete.
That sounds like something special would do.
It was me and Zer Girl, and he just came up and he's like, I can't find a good chair.
The chairs here suck.
He was really upset, and he was just like, I can't eat. Don't need water. I need a chair.
I think they asked us if it was unreasonable at BlizzCon one year to deny his request for an adjustable height table. They're like, if we do it for him, we have to get everybody adjustable height desks and go spend another $100,000 before this thing begins. And I don't think it fit the booths either. So tragically, nobody got adjustable height desks to my knowledge. Good times.
That was a fun event. There was weird food there though.
Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy. He's getting taken down by the workers, being ripped to pieces. Well, he has level 2 armor, so actually he's not. I think he is going to win that. Beautiful. That was much more important than this fight. Now we zoom out and we just watch the carnage. So he's sieging him. Like, he can't really reach the army that's outside of his base.
Right.
But the army outside of his base can reach his base. So he can repair it and fix this. But because it's a planetary fortress, it costs a lot of money to repair. Mm-hmm. So you really don't want to be stuck here repairing this forever. Maru will eventually have to try to break out. But instead, it looks like he's going to go for a base trade. He's
Rifkin.
okay. Oh,
no Schnookums.
oh. So he's going to shut down Gumiho's tanks, and basically his tanks siege up in a position where Gumiho can no longer return to his base. And this is a really hard spot to be in because his tanks are all stuck in the corner of the map. He doesn't really have any way to protect his main at all. Like, Maru is going to kill everything here. So for Gumiho, the only thing he can do at this point is to also try to base trade. But Maru started the process much earlier than him, and he's already built tanks. He's had a lot of defensive units already kind of set up inside his main. So it's just going to be a matter of who has more stuff left over by the time they get to the other player's production. And for Terran versus Terran, that's everything, because this is the only place that he can make anything. So Gumiho did make it inside his base. Actually, with the Ravens, he got onto the tanks. So let's take stock here. Maru and Gumiho both still have bases that are mining. Both of their mains are being completely ravaged with absolutely zero hope of saving it. Gumiho is going to tap out though, because he lost a lot more. So there you go. I was going to say he had about, yeah, he lost all his tanks. I think that did it. I think that did it there. I think that was also the match. So Maru wins this one 2-0.